Hi guys, it's Claire from the UK. I've just had a really intense dream. Like my son has a nap. This was about 10 to 11. I fell asleep. In the background, you can probably hear my son, so I apologise for that. So anyway, I thought I'll have a nap too. I'd just been listening to a tape on what someone had given me. So I was listening to someone preach before I fell asleep. Anyway, the dream started. I was with my husband when we were walking to church. Bearing in mind, my husband, he doesn't, well, he believes in God, but not like I do. So anyway, we were walking to church and we had my son with us. George forgotten something. He didn't look too happy about it, but in the dream I was. So I stopped and I waited for Joe, my husband, on the corner. And on the corner was a shop window, and it had all my friends in there. And there was quite a few of my friends that were there, but they were my gay friends. There was no men, there were just women. But there was other people in there, and I can't remember. Anyway, I opened the door and I said to them, "Are you coming?" And they didn't want to. And as I was going to church, I walked towards the church. I walked in it, around it, and the feeling that I got is that I didn't belong. I didn't belong there. And then the service was about to start, and I was getting anxious. And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, I'm gonna miss the service. I'm gonna miss it." And I was stood at the door for quite a while, and it felt like I was stood there for hours. Anyway, I opened the door. I walked in and it was quite a large room, and there was like a lot of people in there. And as I turned to my left, I seen a table and a chair. So I went and sat down. And then I looked in front of me, and there was like a man there, and he was like in a pale blue suit, and there was another man next to him, but I just didn't see what he looked like. And he was talking. It was like a spectator, like when you put something to your mouth and you start spectating. That's what he was doing. And then I looked to the right of me, and there was like a young man, and he was like swinging backwards off his chair to try and talk to me. He had an orange top on. He had browny blondie hair, and he had like bad skin, like rosacea. And I suffer with rosacea as well. And then he spoke to me, and he said, I've wrote this down because it's been one of those dreams where I've remembered a lot, but there's a lot I didn't remember. So then he spoke to me and he asked me, he asked me about two theories on what the preacher had said. So he was asking me, what are your two theories on what he said? And I replied, I don't know. I've just got here. And a woman beside me said something to him, and he laughed. And she looked at me with love, as if it was okay. Then I started to feel really dizzy, and I mean dizzy. I mean, I felt like something was pulling me. So I just gave in to the feeling. And then I was outside, and it was bright, and it was a sunny day, and there was hedges, and I seen flashes of the sky, a flash of a tower, a flash of fire, and two numbers, 8 and 9. Then I ended up like in a hallway with my daughter, and my daughter was sat down and she was playing with my son's cars, like little cars, and there was like a jigsaw next to it. So I was stood over her asking her questions and she couldn't hear me. And then I started getting that dizzy feeling again, like I was being pulled, and then I was on the floor in a ball, and I was being pulled, towards two doors, and it was just like light, but it led to a garden. So I was being pulled, and as I was being pulled, my daughter stood up and walked with me, but her eyes were so blue. I've never seen eyes so blue. Um, and then when we got to the door, there was like a garden. And then like there was people in the garden, but what caught my eye was there was a man and a woman. The man was black and the woman was white, and they were both cuddling each other. And then this went on for a few seconds, and then I heard an evil laugh. It was so evil, I forced myself in the dream to wake myself up. So I was really, really trying to wake up, but my eyes felt like they were glued together, literally glued. But anyway, I managed to force myself to wake up, and I did. And then them numbers came back into my head, numbers 8 and 9. So I thought I'd go to the Bible, and it talks about the 7 lamps and the Passover. I've sort of knew about the Passover, but I've had to obviously Google it and see what it's all about. And obviously the Passover is, them days of celebration when Moses led the Hebrews out of Egypt, and then God saved them from. God sent 10 plagues, and led them out of Egypt to escape the plagues, and obviously Hebrews celebrate them. It says here, the first month on the 14th day of the month at twilight, and then again in the second month on the 14th day at twilight they shall keep it. So, I mean, this is all new to me. I'm learning, and I think Jesus is guiding me. So I think he's telling me to, start to celebrate these days. Which, I've been to church, but I was a child. So I can't wait for the churches to open so I can go get baptised and start learning what Jesus wants me to. So I feel like he led me there for the numbers 8 and 9. That's as far as I've got up to. But I had to share this because it was just so powerful. It was, honestly, the dream was so powerful. I felt like Jesus was there. I felt like the angels were there. And I also felt the devil, but the devil was right at the end. So if anyone wants to shed any light, that would be great. So what stood out to me in the dream was my gay friends, who I pray for, my family who I pray for, Joe, my son, my daughters. Also, when people were speaking, I couldn't hear what they were saying in the church. What stood out to me is I was asking people to come with me and they wouldn't. I seen a preacher. He was in a dark blue robe. He was black. In origin, he just walked past me, looked down on me. The numbers 8 and 9, meaning the Passover. I seen fire, the sky, a tower. I seen hedges, a church. I see myself wearing my glasses, where I only wear my glasses when I'm driving. The loving man and the woman that stood out to me, and the evil laugh, which was, I can't even explain in words. I tried to in my dream I said to myself, wake up, wake up. And I forced my eyes open, which were glued. I just had to share this dream with you. And I pray for you all. God bless you all. Claire from the UK, love you. Bye now.